Hello and welcome to another episode of Random Man Walking Round Field with Dog. Haven't been out in a few days, but still one of my favourite activities is running around a field with this madman, who I'm going to prove a point to you all before the end of this walk that he does actually do as he's told, unlike the last video where he didn't. Leffe, this way. Come on, leave the birds. Leffe, good boy. I wanted to talk on this one about probably the turning point for me after diagnosis. I obviously was signed off from work and spent a lot of time at home, and I know there's a lot of military charities out there and they all get varying degrees of publicity and money, but obviously the bigger ones I heard about and was put in touch with, but one that at the time I'd never heard of before was one called the Not Forgotten Association. And for me it was pretty much the point where I got up off my arse and said, you need to do something. You need to start trying to get better or get back to what you were. And it was an invite that I got to a Brands Hatch Day, and it was the first time I'd pretty much left the house to do anything, so I was really scared, is the right word for it. And to the point where a few times I nearly turned around and said, I'm not coming. And Colleen, being Colleen, the legend that she is, she made me see sense in at least trying. So first time really without her to support me as well, because she was still working at the time. And I got in my car, drove down to the hotel that had been arranged, and rooms full of people, groups of people that I'd never met before. I'd never met anyone there. I was completely on my own, and that was the first time I met Rosie. And Rosie is a legend, and she's one of the two ladies at the Not Forgotten that I call my guardian angels now. But she immediately put me at ease, told me to go get a drink and settle in. So that night was really strange for me. I felt really uncomfortable, really out of place, but realised soon that I was surrounded by people who were all military, were all had their different problems, physical, mental, and they were all in the same boat as me. So I did start to feel more at ease. But the next day, we go over to the circuit, and you've got all these people who've they've done well in their lives, and they've got these lovely sports cars and Porsches and Ferraris, and one of my favourites is the lady who had the collection of McLarens. She had a P1 Spider, and they don't have to give up their time, but they give up their time and their their money to run these cars around and have us inside them, going around being scared shitless. I managed one lap, to be fair, in a car, because I'm a terrible passenger, and I hate not being in control. So I managed one lap. I mean, it was a really scary lap, so you've got to give me credit for that. And for the rest of the day, I just sort of was on the side, taking photos of these cars whizzing by, seeing the faces of all the other not forgotten people who'd been invited, seeing the smiles and the joy that they were having. And it was that moment that I sort of realised that there is more to life. There is more than the stuff that I deal with in my head. There's more than the terrors that I deal with, the waking up screaming, the mood changes. And I suppose I had a different mindset from that moment on, and I put that all down to just that one day of awesomeness that the Not Forgotten Association had put in place for me and people like me. So since that day, I have basically offered to assist them in any way that I can, but also I've had other opportunities through them. So Rosie, who I mentioned, and then the other guardian angel of mine that's there is Anne McGinley, and they're both the events coordinators. And the amount of effort that they put in behind the scenes to make these things happen. Obviously, with COVID, things have had to change, but it hasn't stopped them. They still put on, at Christmas there, just before Christmas, went to Bristol to a drive-in concert, and it was, again, such a good day because everyone who was there for a reason, and and just had that chance to enjoy themselves for a bit and forget about all the shit and problems that they might have. But I suppose one of the biggest things that has happened through this was I got to bring Colleen to a garden party at the palace. I think it was a year before last now, and you go somewhere like that and you see, just the grand spectacle that is the palace, but you see all the people that are there, and I've always felt a little bit of, I suppose, shame when I'm put in the same category as some of these people, because you see this bloke, Marines, and that no legs or a leg missing, and you think, why am I here when that person's got real problems? And then you talk to them and you see the look in their eyes that, Leffe, come away from there, good boy. You see the look in their eyes as you're telling them your story, and then they look at you and say, how do you do that? How do you get up each day? How do you? And I'm like, how can you be saying that to me? And then you realise that just because their issues are visible, it doesn't stop the fact that they've got the mental issues that go with it as well. So they fully understand what you're dealing with on a daily basis, and they understand just the sheer horror of when your mind turns against you. And from that moment on, I suppose, again, I had another feeling of, yeah, I am dealing with it. I have got some problems, but I can help others. They help me, and it's the sort of thing that you can't get from therapy. You have to make that, I suppose, that decision in your own head, and make that realization in your own head. Sorry, I'm just making sure there's no other dogs around, because he'll be off like a rabbit. And at this point, I'm just going to show you that he does actually do as he's told. Leffe, come here. Come. Leffe, touch. Good boy. Yeah. Leffe, wait, sit, down, wait. Now you'll be really impressed by this. Wait. So, yeah, like I said, I wanted to mention Not Forgotten, just because they've been such a huge part of my recovery journey, and I don't think they get enough recognition when compared to some of the other bigger charities that are out there, and it's always worthy of note to give them the credit that they're definitely due. Right, can you see him? That little dot off in the distance. Okay, boy. Good boy. Good boy. Oh yes, your little legs, eh? Ah. Hopefully I've managed to redeem myself a little bit from the last video where he wouldn't do as he was told because he was at the gate and wanted to get out. But I think that's it for me on this little walk. And as always, any questions or comments, or if you want to tell me to shut up, just stick it in the comments or send me an email, and enjoy the rest of your day.